We have anybody in here yet?
Oh yeah, we already got two people. We're live, so welcome.
Hopefully the audio is good enough with all the
I think the audio should be okay. If we're having a problem with the audio, with all the music and fun that's happening here at the Silos in Waco, Texas, let us know. Because right now, this is pretty relaxing and pretty fun. I love it.
This is awesome.
All right, I'm down here in Texas. I'm actually down here home shopping. Caleb's down here closing an apartment. We happen to be about 2 hours away from each other, so we met up today. And we're gonna be talking about how Caleb Hommel just closed on a crazy amount of real estate, raising the capital at the last minute. We're gonna talk about that story, about his deal, and away we go. So tell us about the deal. How many units? How is it structured? Was this seller financed as usual?
Of course, yeah. Still 20 years old, so still not getting a bunch of bank products. But yeah, 25 units, Stephenville, Texas. You're about an hour and a half from Waco, actually, right next to Tarleton State University.
Excellent, and that is a college that just went D1, right? So they're playing Texas A&M, Baylor, all your favorites.
I believe they just played Tech last week and we got lit up.
That not surprising, not surprising. But dude, that's absolutely awesome. Okay, so tell us about the deal. How many units? How is the deal structured with the seller financing?
Yeah, so we've got 25 units, terms in the deal. We've got $2 million purchase price. We have 12.5% down, so $250,000 down.
Oh yeah.
Got a 4-year balloon and a 5% interest rate. But the interest rate, we've talked about this a little bit. I'll let you know what I was doing. It's really cool. So the seller wanted 5% interest. Turns out day one, that's not gonna work. 5% interest only doesn't cash flow.
No.
So up front, we're going, I think it comes out to about 3.4% interest only payments, but it's a 5% interest. So in the form that it's basically a negative amortization schedule. Yep. So I basically add about a little over $2,000 of principal, at $2,200 of principal to the balance each month for the first year. The second year, I go up $1,500 my monthly payment. So I add $700 to the principal. So total, I'm adding about, over the course of my loan, maybe $40,000 in principal, give or take, around there.
Okay, that's not bad. But the main thing you're doing there, because we're always buying on long-term cash flowing fixed rate debt. I say it every single video, everyone say it with me. Long-term cash flowing fixed rate debt. Let's go. But that's what you're trying to protect. So you figured out what the owner needed. It was 5%. That was the lowest you'd go. Mm-hmm. It doesn't cash flow on that, so you protect the cash flow by saying, hey, give me time to double the rents.
Exactly. That's the coolest thing about this. We were talking about this yesterday, is on that deal, you can literally, I think it's you're probably like barely below double rents. Average rent right now is below $590 in a complex of all 2-bed, 1-bath. Average rent in the submarket, if you're averaging out the 2s and the 1s, is $1,100. So you're pretty much doubling the rental income and doubling the value of the property.
Okay, and for the main attraction here, your capital. You had all the money raised. Mm-hmm. We talked about this a little bit before. So to go to the beginning, we're not going to mention names, so no one gets thrown under the bus.
I've done that before. I will never do that again.
Something happened with the capital partner.
Yes.
Was it Tuesday?
It was Tuesday when I called you, and I was like,
and you closed on Friday.
Yes, and I had no more. I'd seen money in the account previous to that. Something happened to the capital partner. They were unable to provide capital if they wanted to. So it was like, what do I do? So it was a few stressful days with very little sleep, and didn't really have capital finalized till I was about a little over halfway drive down to Stephenville from Dallas Airport.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you land. The capital is not in the account.
Nope, I land, make a call. It's about 1 a.m. when I'm making that call this time.
Yeah.
And then have a tentative yes.
Okay.
And I'm like ecstatic, and I don't have no idea how I'm going to structure this thing, because there's no way I'm getting a new operating agreement out in 10 hours.
Of course not.
Absolutely not. So it came in this form of a loan that's going to be converted to equity.
Yep.
So make the call. I go to sleep. I wake back up. I'm driving down to Stephenville, still finalizing everything with that, finalizing insurance, getting all the quotes, getting everything and all the ducks in a row.
Yep.
Get to the property, sign for the deal, money's wired after that. So yeah, it's like 1 day turnaround on having $0 in the account to $275,000 to close a deal.
That is absolutely insane. So the message there, some people are going to take some pictures next to us, so let's scoot over this way.
Do it. You switch sides.
Yeah, no, just follow me over this way. We'll walk and talk. We're gonna bring you guys with us.
We're on the move.
Yep, we're on the move. This is live. This is why I love going live. We'll get a little farther from the speakers too, so people can hear us better. So what we're actually doing on this deal, Caleb's 20 years old. There's no capital raise. This is a $275,000 raise.
Yeah, because I was covering closing costs. The seller did, his whole thing is he wanted to net $2 million flat. So if he's netting $2 million flat, his whole thing is I'm not paying closing costs.
You're looking for an equity partner, but there's no time to actually add them to an LLC.
Right.
So you make a phone call on the drive down an hour before close. Yep. You find someone who's willing to do it.
So I found him when I landed in Dallas-Fort Worth Airport the previous night. Didn't have capital finalized till less than an hour before I was at the property signing for the deal.
And they sent it how? So did you back this with a note that's going to be turned into equity? Is that how that works?
Yeah, so that was the only way to do it. I was thinking about it. You were already asleep. I was just like, can't call Christian. That's not going to work. How am I going to do this? And just the thoughts that came to mind were, hey, don't have enough time for an operating agreement. The only thing I can really do is draft up a quick note, basically saying an MOU, memorandum of understanding, that this is going to be converted to equity in a certain amount of days, or there's default. But yeah.
Okay, so if someone's trying to structure creative deals like this, you obviously follow this channel. It's me. It's typically me and Cody, but we bought a ton of seller finance stuff, a lot of creative financing.
I don't think you guys have ever raised that much money that quick, though.
Well, no, I've never raised money. I've never raised money an hour before.
I don't plan on doing it again. Just say that.
That's a new way. But what I want to illustrate here is that you can do this at 20 years old. You can do this with no money of your own because you don't have the 275. If it didn't come together, right?
It did come together, yeah. I wish
but if it didn't, you couldn't close this.
Yeah, no,
yourself.
exactly. I don't have 275,000. I'm still 20 years old. I wish I had 275,000 liquid. That would have helped a lot.
And ask this for you. Did the money come from friends or family?
Neither. It was an investor just through connections. I didn't know the investor before I got started in the space. That's the whole thing. Your network, people, it's a corny saying, your network's your net worth, but I don't like it a lot, but in this case, it actually saved me and saved me a few $1,000s on earnest money, to say the least, too.
Anyone who has the excuse of, oh, I can't find deals, I can't do this myself, this is an out-of-state deal, this is seller finance, you built this through a relationship directly with the seller, you raised the capital literally in the last hour.
Caveat here, this is the first deal I've done off-market. Everything else I've done I've done an off-market deal before, but it's always been through brokers. I've never really followed through on your guys' owner route. I was always, you and Cody talk about, I hit my head on a wall a million times before I figured this out, but finally on this one, with how the market's looking, how everything's changing, I decided, hey, it's just full owners now. Sales volume's down like 70 to 80% in the economy. It's not going to work what I was doing before. There's not enough deals on market to call. Not enough good deals on market anymore either. So full off market. This was a cold call. Built a relationship with the guy, and then he brought up selling. Like you said, you never asked for the sale. He brought it up to me.
Okay, so people have a question on this, because you do a good job of keeping it simple. You're right in line with what Cody and I always teach on multifamilystrategy.com, which is keep it simple so that it's repeatable.
Exactly.
You figured out what he needs, and all you need to do is adjust the payments. 5% interest only. Yes, sir. I can deliver that.
Not day one.
But you did do it 5%. It's just I can't make the full payment. So here's how we would do it. Asking how instead of a yes or no. How would this work? Hypothetically, make up a term, get a lawyer to sign off on it, done.
That's the biggest thing, yeah. I mean, all my deals, I like to throw the wonky stuff in there usually, whether it's a Hommel hack or this, but there's always a way to get something done. If the deal's worth doing, there's a way to get it done. This one, I mean, the opportunity to double rents in a town that's growing like wildfire, it was a no-brainer to do this deal.
100%. The Hommel hack we talk about a lot, so we're not going to go into this because you did not do that on this deal.
Let's see if we can get on the next one. That's the goal.
But we put up a video, I think it was beginning of August. So a few videos back, if you look in the past, you want to know about the Hommel hack. It's one of the best creative strategies ever invented. This is Caleb Hommel, the inventor of the Hommel hack. So check out that move in one of our past videos. If you guys have questions, absolutely like, subscribe, see if you can find stuff on the channel. If you want to message me, I have done about 170-ish multifamily units. I have a resort, all seller financed. You can check that all out on my Instagram, at Christian Osgood. If you want to talk to Caleb, I have a question for him. Caleb, where do they find you?
I'm on Instagram as well. It's at caleb.hommel. I tried to get it without the dot. Couldn't find, it was already taken. The guy wouldn't give it up, but yeah, at caleb.hommel on Instagram is the best way to reach me.
So thanks for joining us for a quick live. I got a message this morning that Cody and my pre-recorded video, the audio didn't work. So fortunately, I'm here in Texas with Caleb to deliver some content to you guys. If you have questions, post them in the chat. I'll respond the best I can. Otherwise, hit us on Instagram, and we will see you guys on the next episode. See you all tomorrow.